Our emotions, our feelings are an investment, a fuel that we can give to various ideas, imaginations, shows, music, people, environments, ideas about us, and so on, and beliefs as well. So whatever we invest our feelings and emotions into will make us invested in specific thoughts, ideas, feelings, again, anything that we put our emotion and our care and feelings onto, and we feel strongly about something, being it something that works for us or not, it will translate into our body language, into the circumstances that we create, choose, and attract into our lives. It will affect our decisions, the way that we speak. It will affect our relationships with others, and it will affect our relationship with ourselves. So it is important to make sure that we are investing our emotions and giving our peace of mind, or a piece of our mind, a piece of our heart, to something that benefits us. It's important to make sure that we bring emotion and feeling into something that we see us doing as a desired reality. So a desired reality means a vision, various visions, various feelings that we know genuinely is something that we wish to experience. And once we are presented, once we create, once we encounter an idea, something that somebody else said that is the truth, or a belief, we have to make sure to see if this is something that I want to see in the reality I live in, meaning the reality that you want to see yourself in. And sometimes you have to figure that out before investing emotionally into various things that you might not be genuinely interested in. It might be something that somebody told you is good for you. Somebody told you that it could benefit you, or you are not doing something because somebody said this is not the right time, or you are not good enough, or things that negate an internal urge to express yourself, an internal desire to bring a prosperous and the most idyllic vision, genuinely, that does not hurt others, that is not dependent on hurting or causing harm onto others. If it is something that you genuinely see has creative potential, that has a potential for you to build and evolve upon, if it's a vision that you see that has the potential, that has the creative spark, that is when you start investing your emotion onto. But sometimes we might be so invested into certain thoughts, feelings, imaginations, and what we perceive as reality because of paying so much attention and investing our time into investing our emotions into, that we might not see possibilities of where we can take a good breath, a good look into the reality that we truly desire to create. So it's important to notice every time emotion, a thought comes up and you have a certain reaction to it. Emotionally, you feel a certain way that you might not enjoy, for instance. Notice it, and notice and practice this every moment, every day. You will start noticing more and more the certain emotions that you give to certain ideas and feelings, because that will evolve into your belief. And if you believe in something, if you believe something to be true, or you believe yourself to be a certain way, that will manifest itself as you seeing that as truth. And when you see that as truth, as something that you that there is a limitation for you not to cross, because the truth is you can't do this or you can't do that, then that limitation will impose itself every time you are trying to progress, create something better, and evolve. So when you notice certain thoughts, certain feelings arise, for instance, if a feeling arises, you can track it down always to a specific thought or a specific idea or a specific belief or truth. Because you believe so much in it, you see it as truth, and analyze it and see, feel, is this feeling, first of all, is this the feeling that I want to bring onto my future and build circumstances upon? And then look at the idea itself. And if the idea does not correspond to your ideal, your desired reality, then make sure that you notice that you have that investment, you are invested into a specific idea or belief, and accept, first of all, instead of rejecting and putting resistance onto the mix, accept it and see it for what it is. And with that, you will be able to bring a new idea to replace it. So when you see an idea comes to mind, you have been hearing this through all your life or something, or a specific belief that you have had for some time now. Notice if it's, for instance, I'm not good enough, or you are not good enough, or this is not your work, or this is not the time for this. Really notice if something like this comes up. Imagine that idea came up. You see it, accept it, you see how it feels, and after you accepted it and you feel at peace, at ease, when you feel calm and you feel okay with it, you bring an idea, an imagination, a vision that will correspond, that you have selected, that will correspond to that which you do want to focus on and experience. So for instance, the idea of not being good enough, you accepted it, not the idea itself, but you having the belief and all of the mumbo jumbo and the feelings attached to it. You slowly detach from it, accept it, and create a new idea that will be, for instance, I believe in myself, I have the capability, I can do this, I am able to do this, I am willing to do this and invest my emotion into this. And you create a feeling around that idea that will propagate that belief and creativity. Also, something really important I remember to mention is that the intensity of the emotions that fuel a certain idea or a vision or imagination that you may have or want to have is the determining factor as to the outcome and how you will behave in the long run in your daily life. So for instance, if you have a thought of being unworthy or not being able to make this much amount of money, and you want to shift your mentality towards something that even contradicts or is much more beneficial to you, like for instance, I am able, I am willing, I am fulfilled, I am able to create this and work on it, And it's important to create a more intense feeling, meaning you create more routine and pattern within that activity, mindset, whatever it is, the idea, vision, and you keep having your internal vision fueled by emotions of, let's say, prosperity, accomplishment, success, and being congratulated, being, fulfilled, and having some form of meaning that is much stronger than the idea and feeling of being unfulfilled. So if you create a more consistent through routine, you keep repeating that to yourself, you keep creating and proving that to yourself, and you intensify the emotion so it can overthrow and even propel you further than the feeling or the thought and imagination of you not being able to succeed, or whatever it is that does not benefit you and your ideal vision. You invest more feelings, you invest more passion to it. And how do you do it in, let's say, more rapid pace? First, we have to understand that it's all about repetition. So the same way as the beliefs about not being good enough have been coming up in repetition, now you want to bring repetition onto the beliefs that do benefit you, and creating beliefs around that which benefits you, and good thoughts and juices around which benefits you, and you create routine and pattern, and you keep telling yourself and keep bringing yourself to do things, and the things that you see yourself doing in your ideal future. So for instance, if you want to be a very skillful sculptor, so you start bringing yourself to do all kinds of sculptures and just sculpting and experimenting, and bringing yourself more and more movement as you move with your body. The same way your mind is moving, and you are creating more and more feelings, or a more purified feeling, to propagate you and to accelerate on the skill or the practice or the beliefs that you want to propagate and build from, so that you can create more and more belief in yourself, in the universe, in all possibilities, belief that you are able and that you are capable to create the things that you desire. And as you come to the realizations, and you, with your five senses, you actually realize and materialize the things that you have been working on emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and physically, and you create new ones, you create upgraded ones. That's how we evolve as spirits. We bring ourselves out there, we create something out of nothing, and that involves an imagination, a feeling, and with that you move yourself forward, you move and expand and create better and better circumstances for yourself. And if it is truly from an authentic space, it will always benefit those around you, even if in appearances sometimes it might not seem so. For instance, if somebody gets kind of feels bad because you are, for instance, getting more money than them, and they start getting jealous, and then something triggers them to do certain things that might appear as a bad consequence of your actions, but in reality it propelled them to be better. It propelled them to create something, and even it's a chance for other people to realize certain limitations and, let's say, certain thoughts that do not benefit them, and investments of their emotions onto things that do not benefit them. For instance, people that gossip a lot, they are talking about ill about others, or talking about others and kind of feeling good about talking bad about others. That's a non-beneficial, not always, I wouldn't say always, but I would say that majority of times it's a non-beneficial practice to talk ill about others, feeling good about it, and being emotionally invested into things that truly is none of their business. And if they would spend instead their time on creating their own visions and manifesting that into reality, inspiring themselves and others, they would benefit much greatly from it, and others would benefit much greatly from it. So I call us out to be as examples of being accountable and responsible for the feelings and thoughts that we are creating and propagating, and being attentive to what is it that we are investing our emotions and feelings onto, and being able to realize it and create something instead that does benefit us, and propagate that more and more, so that we are literally a walking vessel of evolution and expression, creativity, and bringing prosperity and fulfillment into our lives, others, and experience that prosperity as we evolve as spirits, because we will always want new things, more evolved things as we expand. So I wish this was interesting. Let me know what you think about this topic in the comments. I will see you all very soon. Make sure to check out my LinkTree in the description. Not the LinkTree. Make sure to check out my Instagram in the description to see my art. And make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. I will see you all very soon. Thank you so much for joining me today.